The greatest gifts we can give our children are the roots of responsibilities and the wings of independence. Dr. Maria Montessori. Good evening to one and all present here today. This is Preeta Natarajan, and I'm proud to say that I'm a part of the NCDC, National Child Development Council, a New Delhi-based self-governing and ISO certified national organization working for education and welfare of women and children in India since 2004. Being a participant in United Nations Global Compact, New York, USA, its main aims and activities focus on development of children and women. I'm thrilled to welcome the dignitaries. First and foremost, I would like to welcome our Honorable Baba Alexander Sir, Global Goodwill Ambassador, educator, anchor, master trainer of NCDC. Welcome, sir, on behalf of our 61st batch. Secondly, our favorite Shakila Wahab ma'am, international faculty cum admission counselor, NCDC. Welcome, ma'am. Last but not the least, our audience, our dear faculties and my dear friends, I extend my warmest welcome to one and all. No session can start without a lovely prayer. I welcome Amy ma'am to render a prayer for us. Amy ma'am.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the works thy hands have made. I see the stars, I hear the mighty thunder, the power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Thank you.
That was heartwarming. Thank you so much, Amy ma'am. Here's my favorite part, my dear ladies and gentlemen, to welcome our dearest friend, rather I would say an inspiration to all of us, worked as a guest lecturer, assistant professor, English language teacher in various institutions, and currently working in De Paul Public School, Mundakayam, Kerala. I'm proud to say she is one amongst us and going to be the guest speaker of today. Allow me to welcome our dear Tissa George ma'am of 61st batch NCDC. Welcome, ma'am. Education in this era is more dynamic than ever. Cutting-edge technologies and emergence of fresh approaches in pedagogy are perpetually transforming the art of teaching. Perhaps the challenges are much more. To enlighten more on this topic, I'm excited to welcome our guest speaker, Ms. Tissa. Welcome, ma'am, and I will leave it for you. Thank you, everybody, and I wish you an enjoyable evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Preeta ma'am. Thank you all for a warm welcome. A very good evening to one and all present over here. Black color is sentimentally bad, but every blackboard makes the student's life brighter. Said by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Let's remember the greatest personality who inspired each one of us to think beyond our imagination. Happy World Students' Day to all my student teachers. My name is Tissa George, a student of NCDC batch 61. Before starting the session, let me share my screen to you. Hope is it visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Once again, I welcome you all to this today's session. Before starting, I would like to share a thought with you. What are the challenges facing by today's thought is the changes facing by the new gen teachers. What do you mean by challenges? Is there any challenges? Do you think nowadays teaching is highly risky? Do you think the upcoming and the present teachers need to be updated? Other than that, what are the problems we are facing while we are teaching? Do you think is it very hard for us to teaching our kids? Let's move on. For your kind information, I'm telling after the presentation, we have a live interactive session. With my pleasure, I always welcoming your queries and questions after the section. Please be your queries and inquiries and questions will be appreciable. Thank you. And let's move on to the session. Teaching has increasingly become more difficult with the time, and student success in falling at an alarming rate. I have to underline this last line of the first paragraph, falling at alarming rate. Student success is falling. So there we have to think about, we started to think about that moment onwards. Based on the research below are listed 7 of the most common challenges faced by the teachers today. And now only we are going to discuss about on the basic of academy, and we will have a quick sight of what are the other challenges we are facing. The first challenge. Teachers are having time getting students to be more self-directed. They are looking for a way to ease pressure on the students by keeping them interested and making sure that less practice and homework delivered is fun, accessible anywhere, targeted improvement, their weaknesses, and ensuring that learning takes places in more conducive, less tense, less pressure environment. What does it mean? We have to make a friendly atmosphere compared to old chalkboard system. The new education system has been changed. As we are always learning in NCDC classes, learning by doing, isn't it? With less pressure, if we have to less pressured environment, if we want to create learning by doing activity must be implemented in each and every institution, and all the teachers should give importance to. Now students are expected to do learning by doing. Once they are started to learn, they will not forget. So first point I have to focus on inspiring students to be more self-directed. Why they have to look at what other student is guy, that other guy is doing, what others are doing. If I know, I'm doing and I'm learning. So that is the first point that we have to focus. We, the teachers, must focus on the first point, make the students, inspire the students to focus on themselves. Try to do by yourself. I'm moving to the next point, improving learning outcome. We all are writing pedagogies. Whenever before starting the classes, we are all writing the lesson plan. What are the expected outcomes from a teacher after the class? What is it? Designing learning outcome, that means something that are an effective way to measure students' potential and success is a big challenge. Meeting those learning outcomes and having a solid indicators to prove this. All the while easing the paperwork and Excel sheet of the teachers having become unthinkable. Even if these are done well, teachers still don't get that 360-degree view of how good their students are as a whole. It's not possible for a teacher. Today's children are, of course, we know that they are very multi-talented. In addition, finding right the way the automate this process in such a way that real-time results are what's needed for the prime importance. If they are multi-talented, what see we can see in this picture, they are doing many things at a time. They are able than the teachers. Teachers are not getting the full 360-degree view. So what we have to do, improve our learning output. What we have to do, our learning outcome, the expected learning outcome should be changed. What we are expecting, we are writing. I'm simply telling because many of us are teachers. So that is why I'm just telling, this is when we are writing in a lesson plan or pedagogical analysis, we are writing the expected learning outcome from the student. The students, while we are teaching to write cursive letter A, students must learn to how to handle the pencil, how to follow trace a line, how to trace the dots, all these things. So nowadays, the other thing we have to, in academic level, these are the challenges we are facing. First of all, the students are focusing. The comparison is always there. The parents are always comparing. The first point I am telling, inspiring the students to be self-directed. First, let them to do. It's my problem. I have to solve it. The second problem, the expected outcome, that should be more effective, interactive, more learning outcome should come. Because nowadays students are very improved than us. They are very improved a lot because we are learning something from them. Moving to the next point. Third point, differentiating and personalizing teaching. It's very easy to understand differentiating and personalizing teaching. In all the system, one question paper for, I will read it afterwards. And before that, one question paper for all the people. And in our classes, we used to listen. Isn't it, friends, that NCDC garden? So school or classroom is a garden. There are different type of flowers are there. And in our NCDC classes, our teacher always took the example of a garden. The garden have a different kinds of flowers. Hibiscus has a kind of quality which rose does not have. Exactly, that is the differentiating and personalizing teaching. Know each child, and as per that, we have to teach them. It should be, our teaching should be generalized. At the same time, it should be specific to and understandable to each child in front of us. It should be clear and understandable to the students, whoever is sitting to. We should know each child. What the work one student does not work to another. This teacher have recognized this, but have very few ways to test, make sure we have to make the changes. These are the challenges. Once upon a time, when we are in a 4th standard, the same system still we are in most of the schools, still it is continuing. So we have to change. In academics level, we have to change it. Exactly what example we are getting from NCDC. What the quality is the hibiscus is having does not have with the rose flower. We cannot expect it from jasmine flower. We cannot expect it from marigold. We cannot expect it from lotus. All flowers having its own quality, its own identity. The children are having, excuse me, they are very unique. They are having their own identity. As per the students, we have to take the measures to measure them. A few ways of assessment and how teaching is conducted is important. Newer question type, MCQs, checking their IQ levels, media enhanced exam, online exams. Unlike the teachers are looking for diversifying teaching. It's an underlined important point that you have to keep it in your mind, that diversifying teaching. Because the students are, of course, they are multi-talented, multitasking too. So we have to be more better than them. Then only we have to be stand in front of them. Otherwise, we will be outdated. We will be outdated. If we want to be updated, differentiating and personalized teaching. Know each child. Know each child uniqueness. As per that, we have to find out. what the strategies do I have to move ahead with that? Moving to the fourth point, getting students to do their work outside in the classroom. Getting students to do their work outside in the classroom. It's very easy to understand. I think there is no need of explanation. Nature walk is there. Gardening is there. Site visit is there. It's all the part of learning by doing. What students do at school is just a fractional effort. If they are a square plus 2ab plus b square, if they are learning in their class and repeated the multiplication table 100 times, instead of that, let them to go and buy something from the market. Let them to learn it. What is the job of a postman? Let them to visit a post office. Our helpers, we are learning in KG section, our helpers, police officer, what he is doing, how he is helping. Let them to go to police station and to understand what they are doing for us. Or else they can travel through the road, they can see. Teachers have extra added pressure of the students, put the extra effort outside the classroom. It's not to make the records. It doesn't mean that to make the records. It doesn't mean that to make a portfolio. This is if somebody sit in the home and they can make a portfolio for the student. No effect of that. And simply the student is getting the mark. Maybe the child who is doing 100% dedicatively, he or she is not getting the mark also. If I can hire a person, if he is doing for me to my project, I can simply score mark. So we have to observe getting students to do their work outside the class. And the one thing is there, the individual attention must be go for each student. Teacher looking for a way and they can encourage students to learn while they are having fun and make it to seems like a pursuing knowledge in a tedious task. Let them to learn by the tedious task. Moving to the next point and fifth point, finding the time to keep with administrative task. It's not only learning the subject, not the science subject, not the mathematics, not the social studies, not the languages, not other subjects, GK, computer. Is it enough? Is it enough? What are the things? You just keep it in your mind. A plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. How many of you are using that time in your life? Was it worth to us? So practical knowledge we have to implement in our life. I'm just telling it. You just think about it. Practical implementation we have to take a lot of time and work to come up with the curriculum, be engaged with the classroom, come up with the questions and assessments sometimes weekends, correcting and grading the assessment. Assessment should be in another way also, as per the student's performance. How NCDC is doing, as per the performance, not by the pen paper test. Pen paper test is there, then also we know that how the system is going. The extra school activities, and in a school, I have to share one thought. We are keeping an anecdotal record. What do you mean by anecdotal record? It's a record we are writing in the school, writing in the classroom each day what happens in the class, if any specific thing is happening or not. If any particular student is having any issues, issue-making children are there in every classes, and fun-making children are there in every classes, and good babies are there in good children are there in all the classes. So we are preparing, make anecdotal record, promotion list is there, and students must be understand all these things, spending hours filling our report, analysis, strength, weaknesses, other performance indicators. Nowadays, most of the school are implemented this system. Extracurricular activities, this much of grades, promotion, strength, weaknesses, attending the classes, 100% attendance, all these things are mentioning. Teachers are looking for ways to be eased of this burden so that they can focus on teaching, promoting, and importance of education and learning. Simple one. Since 2 years, we are experiencing this, but we have to be updated with this. we are the best example for the online education. I'm just telling online education, changing the technology. We are in the 22nd century. Now, in a NCRT textbook, 9th, first chapter is there. Its chapter is telling about a computer teacher. When Maggie is there and her friend is there, they are getting a book from the top of their storeroom or somewhere else. And that book, it is written about a human teacher. And do you think that in the upcoming years, the human teachers will be there or not? It is there in 9th standard textbook, English textbook, second or first chapter. I'm not sure about that. It is there about, and they are just that characters. Miss Margie is very much excited about to knowing about the human teacher. So the system and the education, everything is getting updated. If the teacher is not updating, she will be or he will be outdated. Of course, that's why we are here. We have to, at whatever the ages, we have to be updated ourselves. Different apps are there. Online tuitions are available. Online classes are available. After that, online interactive sessions are there. Even yoga, that is the thing we are conducting through the online. Everything, every learning system through the online. Online means doesn't mean that whoever is sitting at home without any job, they are simply sitting on online. Doesn't mean that they are also having a lot of job. With the advanced internet and changing the technology, teachers are finding hard to find easy effect. And if we want to teach a science subject in a class 5, the technology, how we can use a PPT presentation. It will be very easy for us. If I want to teach the song, "Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O," with a beautiful video, I can share or I can teach the students along with the help of technology. I can teach, and students will easily understand and catch it very easily. Moving to the last point, parent involvement. You can see the left side of the picture a shake hand, and students are playing or running with those hands. What does it mean? Always opinions and queries are welcoming. What does it mean? What the picture shows? What the picture indicated? One shake hand is given.
One is teacher, another one is a parent.
Of course. Of course. We have to, in the present situation, what we have to do? We have to be always keep in touch with our parents. Some of us we all are parents. We want to know what is my child is doing in the school. We are doing the follow-up. If a mutual understanding, having a parent-student informed and involved, one major area that teachers and admins are having a time to keep with. Teachers are looking for easy way to be a part of their child's journey and good understanding. Teacher can easily understand. One example I will give you. Today in the class, I have met a parent from the 9th standard. He came there and he said to me that his child is shouting to them. You go and mind just to his father, go and mind your business. Don't come to me, don't talk to me. And after talking, I came into the conclusion that last 2 years, they have given their mobile phone to this person, this guy. And after the job, when he's coming, he's sitting in the sofa and he's doing the thing. And mother is working in the kitchen. He said that nobody is there to talk to me. So I'm just playing PUBG. What's the problem with that? So problem belongs to whom? With the teacher or with the student? The teacher got a chance to identify the problem. The problem is there with the parent because the lack of observance. We have to every day, being as a mother, I am telling to everybody, we have to observe our children every day. We have to talk to them. Sometimes the teacher can identify some things, mischievous things, with the things which we are not observing in our home. Maybe in our home, he or she is very good. They are showing their real faces on the classroom. Vice versa also. In the classroom, they are very puppy, soft. And in the home, they are very mischievous. So these are the 7 points I want to convey you. And along with that, other than this, some other points. I have conducted a small survey. Students are whether these are the points or whether these other than these 7 points, any other things are there to challenging us. We all are teaching in the class, and discipline is one of the things. It's a small thing, silly thing. Just think about in the KG section or in first standard or in second standard. Is it possible for us to take the stick and show our eyes like this? Not at all possible. How we can manage our discipline? This is the one of the problem we are facing in a one of our challenges, making disciplined child. Around 30 to 34 students are there in one class, and it is very difficult for a single teacher to manage discipline in her class. These are one of the important thing we are facing in our class. And lack of punishment make them more free, of course. If we punish, just imagine, we will get a call immediately when just before coming into the school, coming before the home, we are getting, my child is crying. I have never touched him in this way. I have never treated him in this way. Why you beaten him? And we all suffered this. Nobody was there to question that. Once we got, nobody was there. Let it go ahead, master. Our parents used to tell. Lack of punishment. This is also the challenges. Teachers are not supposed to give punishment to the children. And they are taking it as a privilege. Nothing is going to be happen. Max to maximum, the teacher will shout in the class. Except that nothing is going to be happen. And another thing, nowadays students are very irrespective to their teachers. This is also a fact which I am experiencing in the school. I'll show the response I got it from the survey. Many of you have participated. Thank you so much. I am mentioning my thank yous right now. And the 4th point is also, along with the 7th point, I am adding all these 5 points. Our usage of mobile phone makes the children more happy. That is the point I have told you just before now. The boy, the case, is very happy with the mobile phone because after the job, the father came into the house. He's sitting and read his message. His mother is busy with cooking and so cereals and all. So nobody is there to talk to me. Underline, nobody is there to talk to me in a close. If that child, 14-year-old child, is feeling like that, whose mistake? They are very happy with the mobile born babies. Parents have no time to spend with their kids. That is another fact. I'll show you the response which I have got. So students are here. The first question is there. Students are always against to discipline. Sometimes, and yes, I got it from sometimes, because we are having authority. And what we have to do is, if we are the teachers, we should do the authority. We should be the authority in the class. But we should not be rude to the students. We should not be rude, but we have to be authoritative. We got some examples. See, always against to discipline sometimes, because rest sometimes the teachers are able to manage. Next question, lack of punishment make them more happy. Yes. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes, yes. Lack of punishment is a factor. We all got punishment. Nowadays, students are very respectful to the teachers. Again, sometimes only 3/4 sometimes. Yes is most expected, got the answer. All the working professional teachers are getting the same experience. They are very respectful to teachers. After teaching in one class, if the one teacher is teach him or her in KG section, when he reached in the 10th standard, never mind. No mind. he or she had become something. I have experience. Then parents have no time to spend with whoever has done the survey. They are also parents too. Sometimes they are agreeing. Partially they are agreeing. They are not getting sufficient time to sit with their kids. Why? These are all the challenges. I have taken a small part, only 7 points with the 5 points which I have added. Any queries? Any questions? This is my end of my session. This much only about. So we have to finalize. My conclusion is we have to be authoritative in the class. These are the things we are facing. These are the things we are facing. We have to, in academic session, we should be updated in all means. Otherwise, we will be out. Of course, 100% sure that we will be out. And in this case, the survey case, I'm just telling again, the discipline case is there, respective, not only to the teachers, even to the parents, they are giving irrespective. They are very respective to us. Most of us are parents. What type of behavior we are getting from our kids? They used to shout us. They used to blame us. They used to punish us. I'll give you punishment. I'll show you what I can do. This type of words they are using. Just think about, am I right or not? So be authoritative in the class and be a good teacher. I'm just telling academic session I have to, and these are the challenges we are facing in a non-academic way. These are we are facing these challenges also. So the thing is, we have to change. First of all, as Mahatma Gandhi said, if you want to change, first you be the change if you want to change the world. I'm concluding my words. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Have a great time ahead. Any queries? Any questions? Please appreciate.
Tissa ma'am, I have one small question. May I?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay. How can we be authoritative and yet polite with the kids, with the students? Because I'm facing the same problem in my class. I'm being polite, not really authoritative. So I really want to know, how can you be both in a classroom?
First of all, thank you so much for the question, Preeta ma'am. We can be authoritative means we should not be rude. Doesn't mean that we should be rude to our children. The all power should be in our hand. If we are asking, go and sit in your place, don't do. Ethan, go and sit in your place. Again, we have to tell, Ethan, go and sit in your place. Dear, go and 3 or 4 times. One thing, that is the thing we are learning from NCDC. That is the first thing. How to be without authoritative, without this rudeness that we are learning. First of all, we have to be very patient handling with the small kids. This is not only the special case. All of us are not only in small sessions. We are seeing in the higher sections also. The power of the classroom is always there in the power of the teacher. That we have to learn or prepare, or we have to develop ourselves. Or how I can tell you, how others can guide you. I can guide you, but I cannot tell you to this is the way, try it out, because my situation is different, yours is different. How I can do it. I can do it in my class, and I should decide how to and what, in which way I have to manage my class. That's why we are writing the lesson plan. In the lesson plan, the second point I have mentioned in this class, the expected learning outcome. I'm deciding in a lesson plan that these are the content I should complete in the first, in the period. In the 40 minutes, I'm going to complete this much of points. I should decide, if I should decided, I have to complete, and then only I come out from the class. We all are writing in a lesson plan. This is my learning outcome. The students are expected to write in a letter A in cursive form, capital letter A in cursive form. And I should make sure that before leaving the class, everybody has at least written one time. In the meantime, I have to go for to mind the discipline. Meantime, we have to be bothered about discipline, and we have to fighting will be there. Problem will be there. The talkative children will be there. So more than that, we should be, first of all, we should be multi-talented. God has created all women as a multi-talented person. Again, we have to be created ourselves, developed ourselves. Of course, we can do it. We can do it. We are doing right now. That is the best example. We are sitting right now in the evening class, in the NCDC evening class, we are sitting. We are multi-talented. After completing all household activities, after completing the job, we are sitting here. We are multi-talented, we can do it. As per the depends upon the situation, we have to be authoritative in the class. But if in the smaller classes, we are not supposed to shout, but they are not able to understand. In higher section, we can shout, we can authoritative. You sit there, that's enough. With our tone, with our facial expression, instantly we have to change our face. If we are looking rudely, quickly we have to change our face into smile. Otherwise, it will be the next complaint. Okay, thank you, ma'am. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you. Anybody else?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Tisa ma'am. Can you please stop sharing?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Does anybody have any other questions for our guest speaker? I'm sorry. You can go ahead. Shall we wind up or else?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. That was immense, I would say. Don't you all think so? Wasn't it immense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very,
That
very
was
informative.
yes,
Informative session.
really, really informative. That was an eye-opening, Tissa ma'am. I'm positive that all of your words would definitely help all our future teachers. I'm just thinking how kids would use their algebra, whatever you said, a plus b the whole squared, if it wasn't explained properly. Thank you very much for your lecture. Thank you once again, Tissa ma'am, for joining us. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of our session. Let me now welcome our dearest Sharon ma'am to present a vote of thanks. Sharon ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. Let me, first of all, start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our special guest, Baba Alexander Sir, famous spoken English trainer, who is the founder of NCDC, and he is one of the global goodwill ambassador in India. And I also express my heartfelt thanks to Miss Shakila Abdul Wahab ma'am, faculty of NCDC, for her valuable contribution, guidance, and encouragement in all our efforts. We are grateful to our Tisam ma'am, faculty at DePaul Public School, Mundakayam, and also a student of 61st batch NCDC, for her words on challenges facing by new generation teachers. In her opinion, students to be more self-directed and the teachers should understand the changing of new technology. Thank you, ma'am, for pointing out the challenges facing by new generation teachers. I also thank all the distinguished invitors present here, accepting our invitation for this webinar. Last but not least, I thank you, my friends, for your cooperation in making this webinar success. We all are going to become a teacher in future. Let's face the new challenges together. I hope webinar helped you a lot. Finally, I leave you this inspiring quote by Mark Van Doren. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Once again, I thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
This is the end of our session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.